It's been 7 years since Sony last released a turntable, but we've got their latest and greatest that just came out. It's the Sony LX3BT, and they've got an even improved model coming out next month we'll check out. I'm gonna unbox this today, set it up, show you just a basic guide to getting it running if you need any help with that. We're also gonna compare it to the older LX310, whatever it was called. I've got one of those. And this thing will play all your records. It'll do it better than those Crosley turntables or any of those cheapo ones you're finding at the store. This is a great beginner turntable. Let's check it out. All right, let's crack into this thing. Side note, if you don't have one of these little slice box cutter tools that you can't cut yourself on, go check out the link in my description. Go get one, thank me later. I love these. They almost make it look like it comes with a demo vinyl record. That would be something. I think this is just something you can put on the platter there if you're selling this in a retail store and you want people to know what they're looking at. I guess. I can't come up with anything else. First on top here we have the protective dust cover. Ta-da. We'll get to him later. You're going to want to use that. You have your limited warranty booklet. I'm going to imagine the power cord's in there. Power cord. 45 RPM record adapter, and mystery package. USB-C plug, which is convenient because you could use other plugs if you already have them. And what the mystery package was are the little arms for the dust cover to connect it to the record player. Mystery no more. Let me take this guy out, and we have the record player. Very thin, be gentle. Under the record player, we have the mat and the platter. Take the wrapper off of that, and voila. So we need to get the platter on, and we need to hook the belt around the little pulley thing there, right? The warranty pouch also came with the instructions, so don't just toss that, you want these. Because inside, it will go over how to do everything I'm about to do. Step 1, easy peasy. We're gonna just pop this on here. Ooh, line that up. Now this is the only potentially tricky part of the whole thing. I've learned that from another video that you guys are looking for help with this. Some of you anyways. So what you do, again, make sure this is all lined up. I'm gonna take this tape off. Make sure you snag the ribbon there. Now you will see as you pull the ribbon, there is this belt. That's gonna go around the gold. Easy, that's all you gotta do. Now as you pull it, you don't want it to twist up. You want it to stay flat. Kind of pull it over and just kind of push down. Make sure you leave the little red bit on in case you screw up, but you should have it perfectly on there. See how the ribbon isn't twisted? It's on the little metal drive bit there. Once you know you got that, don't screw up. We screwed up because it wasn't down far enough. Lessons to be learned there. Try again. Easier to do this when you're not trying to catch it on camera. Get the belt on, get the little ribbon away from that. Now it's good, we can pull that away, it's on. The belt doesn't twist at all, perfect. So that's the hard part, and even I'm surprised I screwed that up, so if you do, don't feel bad, just don't lose that belt. Either way, you can dig in there and get it. Next, we just gotta put the little mat on there, take all that off. I just threw the disc away like a frisbee, felt like a child, it was great. Ta-da. Turntable. Look at that, one step closer to retail ready. For our aluminum tone arm, we're going to want to undo the little twist tie on there. I'm going to undo that, take that off. For now, I'm going to make sure that's nice and secure again because we're not done messing with this. So next we're going to get the little arms into the dust cover. And you're actually going to pop these in so that the arm is poking out the back. Hard to show you, but see what I'm talking about? So then, it'll be easy to just drop that in. And voila. So here we have the existing LX310BT. Dust cover on. Pop that open. So here's some of the differences, right? The button looks a little different. We'll see the new one in a minute. The buttons are on the front rather than on the top here. Not that that really matters. I believe they upgraded the cartridge and needle on the new one. Still can't replace it with anything else. There's our speed and size. Little switches there. They look a little different, but same functionality. Realistically, it's like the same thing. Now you might be watching this going, wow, that's a lot of dust. That looks dirty. Does he not use the dust cover? I do. And so I don't know how that all got in there. Plus, you can't see any of that with your naked eye. So I'm sitting here editing this and I'm like, ugh, looks bad. You can even see there's dust on the needle, which immediately came off onto the record, which you'll see. I eventually blew that off. So try to keep this stuff clean. Dust is bad for the records. It's not good. Well, I'm trying to turn it around for you guys. Here's something I noticed. There's no way to keep the arm in place. I gotta make sure to not knock that off. Awfully familiar sight round back though. The same sliders. You got a USB connection. If you want to hook that to your computer. You got the same built-in left-right audio cable. We do not have a USB-C power connector. That's a little different. Easy enough to operate. You close your little dust lid. We hit start. Fires are up. Sorry about the lighting, but you know, the tone arm's gonna come over and we're gonna start playing music. And to my untrained ears, it sounds pretty good. And then 7 years later, we have the LX3BT. You'll notice it's gray instead of black. They actually made their more expensive model coming out next month black. I guess that's a more premium color. The gray is not bad, but it certainly doesn't match my setup anymore. Our Bluetooth pairing button looks a little different, but same concept. Instead of those front buttons, we have a green start button and our two gray stop and up down switches. They're a little more modern looking, right? You've got your white cartridge, new needle. Tone arm looks about the same, right? The speed and size knobs look a little different. They pop out, but you know, same functionality. Like I said before, we didn't have this. Now we do. That keeps them secure. Round back, things look practically identical with the funnel line switch, gain select, your USB connector, and the little on-off button. Except we've got the USB-C charger. Same built-in speaker cable, left, right there. I have to connect it through a few different converters to get to the back of my speakers. Now if you're hooking up to a fully powered amplifier, you'll switch it over to the phono connection. Phono, I'm sorry, I'm an amateur. I don't know how to say that. If you don't, you'll leave line on so it uses the amplifier built in. When you do that, you have the option of gain select. I'm gonna leave it on mid there, medium. But if you're using Bluetooth, if you're using USB output, that controls the volume that comes out of the actual turntable itself. And I know it's for the aesthetics, but this is kind of dumb. Now I have to lift the dust cover. Switch over your little holder there, your little lock, so that can do its thing. Yeah, you have to lift that up now. And of course, if you wanted, you could do up, down, you go move it on yourself. But, cool thing about this little one, we hit start. And close my dust cover in a second here, but there it goes. Now, of course, if you don't want to start the music right at the beginning, we can hit up, down, and it will gently move that up. We can use our little holder there to budge it over to another track. We press our up down again and it gently brings it down. Close our dust cover.
And to my untrained ears, sounds the same. Sounds good. It's the Sony LX3BT. Let me know if you have any questions, if there's anything else you want to see from it. Thanks for watching.